The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, everyone. This is Tammy Patzer. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. We've got about half of the people who are registered here, so it is 2:01. If you can hear me, if you can just give me a little yes into the chat box, that would be helpful. Typically, on a go-to webinar, um, we will start out and I'll just talk to you. Hey, great. I feel like the romper room lady. I always loved that show when I was growing up. I see Jennifer, Andrea, Katie, Kevin, Shelly, Don, Lori, Brian, Michelle, Sam. Hey, Sam, Elizabeth, Sheila, and Karen. And everybody so far says they can hear me, which is wonderful. I am recording this, so it will be available in our classroom portal as well as in the uh, our Facebook group. I'm really happy to see that many of you have found the Facebook group and you're engaging there, and already people are offering tips back and forth. So that's really wonderful. I did get a few questions, and I want to go over a few things that people have asked me. And today we are actually live on the internet. What you should be seeing right now is my personal Facebook page, and we are live, and I do not have any slides for this presentation. It is all going to be me either answering the questions that you type into the chat box, and I also, if I'm able to, it really depends on our connections, I will open up to let you talk to me if you have a mic or a telephone connection. Um, we'll see if we can talk. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll just see. You can raise your hand, and I can see that. Remember, I am operating this myself, so um, bear with me in terms of how quickly I can respond. But what I'm going to do first is go over the questions I received. And just to give you an overview of some of the questions I received today, I had some requests to go over the privacy settings, the notification settings in Facebook. I had some Pinterest questions, and I had some Vimeo questions and just some odds and ends of questions. I'm seeing some really good interaction on the Facebook site. I did a little poll, and it looks like a lot of people are interested in learning more about video and LinkedIn. In this particular case, um, video is actually so different and complex that that's like a whole course all by itself. But I'll try to give you some good nuggets and tips that will get you started, so that you'll understand how all of this integrates. One of the things that I've noticed, I actually taught a group of people yesterday, and we focused on Facebook and for business and for personal. And what I'm seeing is the light bulbs are starting to go off for people related to how all of this stuff integrates. And if you're thinking about how are you going to grow a huge online footprint for your personal use or for your business, the reason why I showed you the top platforms is so that you can get the fact that everything needs to be tied together and that each one does have a purpose and an audience. You really want to start thinking about who is your audience? Who are you trying to reach? Which one of these platforms is your target market? Some of these platforms may be or may not be even appropriate for the people you're trying to reach. So I just want you to know that I'm here for you. Do reach out to me. It was funny today. I had one of the students called the number, and of course, I answered, and they were shocked. They said, "Oh, I didn't realize it went directly to you." Yes, I am here for you, and if you really need me, you can pick up the phone and call me. So I want you to know that. And also, there was a question about our group. Let me just go to the group real quick, and I want to show you our group because it is really, isn't that beautiful where you see people are joining, people are posting who they are, and other people are commenting. Uh, and of course, this also gives me the opportunity to answer your questions on the fly. So obviously, you don't have to wait. You know, for me to answer the question once a week, because if I get a question, I can post it rather quickly within this group. And that we have some fascinating people here and people who are offering advice. For example, I also can put in information as I find it into this group very quickly. And of course, I also will post it into the actual classroom portal. But somebody asked me if this group will be available after the course. The answer is yes. So what you can expect is that this group will continue to grow as more and more people take the course and other courses related to it, such as the Facebook. For example, here I posted about the new Google Plus custom URLs. If you act quickly, you can get your name or your business name on your custom URL for Google Plus. You'll want to do that. So all of this is right here in the portal. And some of it, if you look under files, you'll see that I have some information under files. This is the one pager Facebook recommended creative specs. So if I open that, if it actually opens, which it might not here, it actually gives you the specs, meaning the sizes of the photos that you would want to upload for your personal profile and your cover. And there's a point I want to make to everyone about this. Remember, for some of you, this may be very difficult. For others, it's like piece of cake, pop, 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 and everything. Every person has their own pace. We're not in a rush. You're doing this for you. This is an adult continuing education course, and it's designed for you. And I want you to get out of it what you want to get out of it. You're not doing this for me. You're not doing this for a grade. This is all about you and real life applications of social media. So I want you to keep that in mind, that I'm here for you to help you to navigate this, to understand this, to help you learn the language, to help spark your imagination about the possibilities for each one of you as you process this information. You'll go, oh my God, I didn't know I could do this or that or the other thing. Or you'll go, oh my goodness, I can create this type of thing that will help our company, or I can create this or that or the other thing. You'll find that you'll get all of this creative inspiration as you learn this. You can't flunk it, you can't fail it. You just need to be patient with yourself. And sometimes links are broken. Do report those. For example, some of the Google Plus PDFs, for whatever reason, they're not linking today. They worked when I put them in there a couple days ago, but I don't always know the answer to why something decides it to not work, but I try to go find a resource that does work. So again, don't worry about it. This is for you, and keep that in mind, that I'm trying to help you create your individual experience so that you will get what you need out of the course. It's not about what I need, it's about what you need. So with that, let me go ahead. I'm going to go and show you the privacy settings and how you control it so that you can For example, turn off your notifications that you're getting if you're getting notifications in your email. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go here, and uh, this is something you need to understand. If you're working in your personal profile, that's your page. So you'll have to set that up to have your privacy settings for your personal profile. Then your pages all have settings that you have to set up. So again, this isn't just a pop, pop, pop type of an adventure. You literally have to take a little time and go through the process. And it's kind of boring. That's why we're spending the first 2 weeks of the class doing the what I call your building your platforms, because it's boring. It's not anything that is fun. It's a bunch of technical stuff. But if you are patient, you can do this. Also, I am working on uh, I'm working on a 27-inch monitor. If you're working on an iPad or an iPhone, you do not see the same things that I see. All I can tell you about that is if you're working on an iPad, go do a Google search about how to make whatever changes are that you're trying to make using an iPad. I found when I was teaching the Facebook course live yesterday, I had some iPad users. And again, iPad, your screen does not look like mine. Some of the tools don't show up the same way. And of course, you use a tap function, a tap function. So I was not able to say, oh, all you do is da 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 da. So you're going to have to be a little innovative and use your Google search or your Facebook search and see if you can find the answers. And when you do find those answers, share them with the rest of us. The same thing with Facebook telephone apps. Again, you are not seeing the full Facebook page. If you're seeing my screen now, you can see a lot on a big screen computer. So keep that in mind, that if you're using a device that is not a computer, a PC or a Mac, your experience may be different. Also, keep in mind that many of you are on PCs using Internet Explorer. Your experience may or may not be as robust depending on, again, your computer. Some of you may have new computers, some of you may have old computers. I don't know, but when we developed the course, FGCU told me, they said, well, we can't really guarantee that you can do this on a phone or on a computer, just because of the technology was designed really for PCs and Macs, and that's out of my control. So keep that in mind, that your user experience will vary. So don't get frustrated when it doesn't work. I can tell you that if I were to choose a browser to suggest to you to use, I would probably go with Google Chrome for a couple of reasons. And the main reasons would be Google Chrome will give you a good user experience. Google likes it, of course. And you can also, it takes up less space on your computer than Firefox. And again, I do not use my Facebook on a mobile device, other than when I travel, I play on my Facebook to, if I'm bored. So if you have a lot of experience using these apps on your phone, great, share that with us. But I personally do not work on my phone. I do not work on my iPad because I use my computer so much. I use a big screen, so it saves my eyesight and my neck. If you've ever experienced carpal tunnel or neck pain or eye strain from using a computer where it's too small, I have as you can see, I increased the size of my screen, hopefully big enough so that you all can see it on whatever device you're using. So with that said, right now, Wendy, I'm seeing Wendy saying my audio will not work. Yes, everyone is muted, but you should still be able to hear. So if you can't hear, you can always dial in to the call, but or log out and log back in. Most everybody else here everybody else here is saying they can hear fine. So if I've only got one person who's having trouble, so just log out, log back in, or use the dial-up function. Okay. And by the way, if I show up as Henry, it's because for some reason my computer wouldn't let me change my name. so don't worry about it. It is me and I'm here. So let me go, and I'm going to go right now. I'm going to go to my page. And if you notice where I'm at the top, I went to my name, Tamara. This is my personal profile here. Okay, this is what my page looks like. This is my personal profile where the people, my friends, can post it and I hang out and everything. And if you look here, I actually created a new presentation yesterday, and I will put that in your portal related to step by step how it will look, all of these things that you can set up. As you can see, there's a ton of stuff that you can set up. But let's go again. I'm here, right here where you see the lock with lines. Open that up, and it says privacy shortcuts. Who can see my stuff? So let's open that up. And right now, when you open that, it says who can see my stuff. And I use my personal profile so that people can find out about me. So that's why mine is public. However, you can customize this to friends, only me. So if you don't want anybody to see your page, you can lock it down, or custom. So if you go into custom, it says who can this be shared with? These people or lists, friends, friends of friends, specific people, or lists or friends. So you can literally make it so that you can narrow the people who see your page down to your personal lists. Okay. So this is where you would do this. Where do I review who can see or find things I've posted or been tagged in? That's your used activity log. So here, this is my Facebook activity log. Okay. And as you can see, it's showing I was talking to telling someone you can't flunk out. It's impossible. Everything's okay. And I really want to reiterate that every single person is learning at their own pace. Allow yourself to feel overwhelmed. Allow yourself to go, oh my God, I don't get it. Because it takes time. And at some point, it literally will click and you go, oh, you'll get it. And right now, all you're really trying to do is make your profiles so that you have access to these different platforms. So this is where you would see what's going on. And as you notice, everywhere you see a pencil, that is a way to edit something. So I'm going to go back to that. Then I'm still in the who can see my stuff. And then what do other people see on my timeline? View as, and you open it up and it says, this is what your timeline looks like to the public. Okay, and obviously this is what it looks like. And it says view as a specific person. So I guess I can type in, I'll just use my sister and see what she sees. Okay, this is what my sister sees because mine is public. Okay, so if I had locked it down, I can actually see what it looks like when somebody else looks at my timeline. So I'm going back to my privacy, who can see my stuff. Okay, who can contact me? I had some questions related to building your list and connecting with other people. Remember, this is your page. This is your learning experience. If you do not want to connect with anyone, just skip it. If you want Facebook to go look at your email list on AOL or Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail or Earthlink or wherever you're at, you have to tell Facebook it's okay, and they will literally say, do you want, like they'll go ask Gmail, is it okay to allow Facebook to get this information? And then of course you have to click yes or no. So every single thing is up to you. And I think that's something that people, I guess they're torn. Like, do I really want people to know this or that? Or do I really want to invite people? It's up to you. Uh, it's really about the purpose. What are you using social media for? Why are you interested in this? Are you interested just because you want to learn the language? So then do whatever it feels right to you. Are you interested because, hey, I want to grow my business? Who will do business with you? People who know, like, and trust you. So keep that in mind of your personal why. I don't know your personal why, but maybe I'll give that to you all as an assignment, and you can share why you are um, using social media. Some people they told a little bit about why they're doing the class, and go read those and connect with your classmates, because this is a wonderful opportunity to meet like-minded people. You're all here, you're all interested, and we can all help one another. So here you go. You have your basic filtering. It says recommended, mostly friends and people you may know. The reason they say that is because typically people who have friends, you may know their other friends or you may not. It says, who can send me friend requests? And this is, I had some questions about this, and they give you the option of everyone or friends of friends. Now, think about this. When you get a friend request, take a look at it, and there's a couple red flags. If somebody starts their friend request with, I think you're beautiful, or blah, 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 and block them, report them, send them into the spam filter. Those are more than likely hackers, scammer, people who will try to ask you for money or hack you. So eliminate them. If you get a friend request or a suggestion of a friend, and it says you have 55 mutual friends, more than likely it's because you're in, like, for example, I typically will accept a friend request if it says like you have 55 mutual friends, because that tells me the reason they're interested in contacting me is because of what I do. That they're trying to contact me because they're very interested in social media marketing, internet marketing, book public, who knows? But I know that we're connected in a way, and rarely do I have uh, you know, people who want to just be friends in the sense of the word friend. Remember, you have friends on Facebook who are family, classmates, friends, and then you have, I guess, the acquaintances or people you do business with, or people who have similar interests with you. So keep that in mind. Just always be aware that you are in 100% control of all this. And when you think about this class, again, this is for you, not for me. And I think that's important because in the old school traditional going to college, if you or go even in high school, it was all about, you were being force fed what they wanted you to know. Well, in this class, I'm trying to give you the foundations so that you can take it to whatever level you need it to go. And I'm your guide, I'm your mentor, and I'm trying to make it so that you can reach higher levels. For example, if you're taking this for your job or for your profession or your business, or, the whole idea is to help you expand your online reach, to expand your knowledge so that you can move up higher to reach whatever those goals are for your marketing or for your business or for your personal growth. For some of you, this may all be about personal growth. So just know that you're not here to please me. It's for you. Okay, let me go back here. How do I stop someone from bothering me? Okay, so basically you can block people, unfriend them, and once you block or unfriend somebody, you can't talk to them again. You literally, like the guy on Shark Tank says, you're dead to me. You're gone. I'm not going to see you again. And then they have more settings. Okay, so literally here, if you notice here, edit, use activity log, limit past posts, edit, basic filtering. Okay, you can control this. So if I click on an edit button, this is what an edit button looks like. It's a pencil and an edit, and you open it up, and again it says who can see your future posts, and I can control that. And you actually can control that on your individual posts as you post. So that's just your privacy settings there. We did it, who can contact me, and everything. So that's how that works. Okay. So let's go ahead and that's your basic overview of that. Now here, you should be able to see, it looks like a world and the term notifications. So click on notifications, and this is where you can turn off. I'm sure many of you, I saw somebody say, hey, can I turn this stuff off? So here I have, how do you get notifications? The way mine's set right now, it says all notifications sounds on. Edit, it says view. So it says you'll see every notification on Facebook, but you can turn off notifications about specific posts as you view them. Okay, play sound when each new notification serves. Hey, I'm going to turn that off. Sometimes I leave my computer on and it'll wake me up at night. So I just turn that off. Okay, so here, edit, notifications, email. You'll receive all notifications except the ones you unsubscribe from. That's probably where most of you have yours now. Mine, I have set at important notifications about you or activity you've missed. I rarely get anything at all, because I think that would be like people are constantly tagging you or something. Or you can change it to only things. And it says here now, if I turn off all notifications, it says, hey, you're going to miss out on emails about photos you're tagged in, messages you've received, friends, comments, and more. Okay, so I can say, nah, I don't really want to hear anything about that. Turn it off. Okay. So here it says you've unsubscribed from emails about messages, posts on your timelines, friend requests, pokes. See all 55. Okay, see all 55. 55 other items here. And then you can go through and you literally can choose one by one what you want to see there. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to put mine on important notifications. That's what I had it at before. But again, do you see how this is just, this is kind of boring. But once you do it, you're going to know that you're in control. So I think that's important. Let me see something here. I saw a question I wanted to check. Um, uh, Amber says, don't automatically accept. That's a good recommendation. I don't believe the messages text shows up on mobile devices, at least on iPhone, so I usually see the friends I have in common. That comment is about accepting friend requests, which is, and the advice, of course, is don't accept them just, automatically. Because I have about 10 on mine right now that it's like, who in the heck are these people? Okay, so then you have all of that, and then you have what are called push notifications, and you want to view that. And these are the ones that you'll see when it pops up on my screen, and I have it like that right there, where he's actually commenting on a post I'm following, because I tried to answer a question for him. But so here I'm looking at all of this, and I'm not going to change any of mine right now. But that's what a push notification is. It says some notifications show up as alerts on your phone. You can manage these directly from Facebook applications you've installed. Learn more. And of course, I think the point that I want to point out is how detailed and how in depth this is. Um, so you're not going to learn all this stuff in, a short amount of time, but you certainly want to go through each one of these to set up your privacy and your notifications. Also, you have your mobile settings. You literally can set up your mobile phone for text messaging, and I'd check out the last your phone too, because Facebook might help you find your phone if you ever um, lose it. So that's just the basics of the privacy settings there. And if you go into the cog here, this wheel, this also gives you privacy settings, and it basically takes you to that. So this little icon gives you the shortcuts. The cog opens up the other things. Like all of these are my pages, so I could be whoever I need to be. And these are your ads. Here's where you can create a page. They have lots of places where you click on it and create a page. Here's my account settings. So I suggest that you go through and you read all this. For example, here's my name, and it says I can edit it. So for example, what would I edit? I might put my nickname, Tammy, Tami, on this. I could change my username. And of course, when I do my username, they'll say, people rarely change their name. Are you sure you want to change your name? They'll ask you that. My primary email, my password. And to tell you the truth, it says my password was changed more than a year ago. They suggest that you change your password at least every 6 months. And to make a secure password, it should have a capital letter, a number, and a symbol in it. And you try to make it, do not use a birthday or a year or anything that somebody could guess, or your cat's name or the word password. um, those are, you would be surprised how many people, when they set up things, they'll call it admin and use password or password with a number. Well, when hackers do this, they know the way people, they get lazy, and so they run a program. It's like, check admin password 12345, the whole thing. And sometimes they can hack into it. And then of course you have your networks, the language, and here you can actually download a copy of your Facebook data. That's something that you would probably want to do just to see what you have on Facebook. So that's here under the little cog here under account settings. And then of course, here's your logout and help. I want to point out the help functions. I don't know about everybody, but I know a lot of people, even when they're struggling, they don't ever look for help. And it's like, okay, well, the help center, Facebook is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they try to create these help centers. So if you click on help, they basically, right here, it's like, do you need help on updating your basic info, privacy, account security, notifications? And then it says, don't see your issue above, visit the help center. So let's go visit the help center. And one of the things that, um, if I were you, that I would just review some of this because, for example, Facebook just released the new graph search. What does that mean? That's basically what it means is that Facebook now is a search engine. They have partnered with Microsoft Bing, B-I-N-G, Bing, and you now can search for people, places, and things. So technically what Facebook is trying to be is a place where people like to hang out, but they might never have to leave it. If you could hang out on Facebook and do all of your research using Bing, they're thinking, hey, why not? Personally, Bing's search engine capabilities are not quite up to par with Google. You need to understand that Google is the number one search engine, followed by YouTube. Yes, YouTube is a search engine also. And then Bing will fall into like third or fourth position. Your major search engines are Google, YouTube, Bing, and Yahoo. Back in the day, I was a big Yahoo user, but at some point, somebody told me, I think it was started with Gmail, and then I figured out, hey, when I use Google, I actually find what I want, not a bunch of this random stuff that I'd have to wade through all kinds of information to find out. So go to the help center, and it's as simple as clicking, and there you go. You've got videos here that will explain what that means and how it will improve your search function. And if you're using Facebook as a business tool, you'll definitely want to understand graph search because think about it. 1 billion people, 1 billion people globally use Facebook. Facebook advertising can be targeted down literally to the individual. Think about the power of that. Think about if let's just you pull out someone in a nonprofit organization and you are trying to figure out, well, how in the world are we going to get people with money to find out about us, number one, and want to donate to our cause, like, for example, leave a legacy. Well, you could have a list of, go do some research, it doesn't necessarily have to be on Facebook. Do some research, and you probably have a list of wealthy people. Find out who donates money, who are the movers and shakers in your area. Go target them on Facebook with Facebook ads targeted directly to them, and I bet that you will see a return on investment where people will find out about you and donate to your causes. And again, you can take that little bit of information and you can apply that to regular businesses. The concept of targeting your market using custom audiences. And again, that's a whole nother, we could have an entire 8-week or longer class just on that alone, on Facebook custom, how to do it, and the ROI and everything. But I just want you to, what I'm trying to give you today is just some, I guess you might call it food for thought, so that you could, start thinking about, well, how in the world am I going to grow my business using social media. And Facebook is just one. That's the miracle of all this. Facebook is just one of the cogs in the wheel that you can use to multiply your reach, 1x, 10x, 20x, 30. I mean, we're talking about being able to reach literally thousands upon thousands of people in a specific niche, or narrow it down. Hey, I want to connect with one person. And I did it the old fashioned way. When I started my business, I found I selected the people I wanted to work with, and then I made friends with them on Facebook and talked to them. But now they literally make it, I did this, the old fashioned way. Like I had no clue. So I just said, oh, well, make friends with them and start talking to them, form a personal relationship with people. On Facebook, what you're trying to provide in all of this, the reason you're making your business page, for example, is to provide high quality, relevant, fresh content that real people, living people, breathing people want in the real world. And you're not going to just have Facebook friends. You want to move them into your marketing sales funnel to have a real relationship with them off of Facebook. For example, maybe one of our questions was about meetups. Okay, and I'll actually do some recordings on meetups, but I'll address a meetup. Obviously, what a meetup is, it's a live event that you can set up at meetup.com, and you invite people to it, and it's typically about a topic or a subject, and you network with people. So think about the power of that and how you could integrate those relationships. For example, our Florida Gulf Coast University group, some of us met in person during our class. Now we take it into our Facebook group, and then at the very end of our class, we'll have another get together where we'll tie all this stuff together in more of a, instead of it being a lecture, it'll be more of a, let's get together and tie these pieces and analyze, how we're going to move forward with all of this. And then we get to see each other again in that real world space, because you form real relationships with people on Facebook. You learn about them, you learn about what they're hoping to accomplish. For example, many people are creating their Facebook pages and they need their 30 likes so that they can get their name and or get their insights open. So they come into the group and say, hey, like my page, and people like it, and you have that reciprocal synergistic relationships with people. So let me see if there's any questions here. It says, if you don't have the same email address after you've created a Facebook profile and page with it, can you change the email address? I would go into the Facebook and see if that's possible. I know that you can do what is called merged pages. And I probably need to know if you don't have access to that email address. I'm not really sure what to tell you. Sam says, you mentioned there was software that can get FB Facebook ID info. Is it online? Do you get the ID info one by one? The answer to that question is yes, there is software available to pull down the ID numbers uh, by category, by groups, by pages. And then there's also a place, I believe it's called getfacebookid.com. Do a Google search on it. Let's see. Let me go make a new tab and I'll do a search. And I'll show you, this is how I figure stuff out, just to if I'm trying to figure stuff out, so you'll get a little insight into how I find stuff. So I'm trying to, it's like get Facebook unique ID. So I'll do a search. Okay, it's called Find Your Facebook ID. So basically, if you go to findmyfacebookid.com, and here, for example, here I looked up Dr. Stampar. He's actually a client, and this is his ID. So I could actually put that into my a CSV file and collect all these people. And then if I wanted to, I'll give you a little ninja trick. If I wanted to target only Dr. Stampar, okay, this is what big gurus do. If I want to target only Dr. Stampar, I would take his ID and I'd go find about 10 to 15 IDs for women, and then I'd put him in, and then I would create a custom Facebook ad campaign, and I would say that I'm targeting men. Well, guess what? There's only one man in the group. So that means the ad would only be placed on his page. And I literally could put his name on the ad, like Michael, how you doing? Or whatever I'm trying to do. That is a guru trick that, I mean, I'm talking about the big name people do stuff like that. When they're targeting people on with Facebook advertising. So there's that. So let me go back now. I've been talking now for about 45 minutes. So let me go, and I wanted to show somebody. Jennifer had a question about Pinterest, but before I talk about that, let me show you about adding page tabs. I had a question. Let me go to my business page here. And I had a question about, whoops, total. Probably doesn't. There I was. Somewhere. Again, business pages are a little different. And again, here's mine. And this is what it looks like when you're able to have insights here. They give you a lot of different information. But these are your, what would be called your tabs. Okay, for example, here's Pinterest. And if, as you see here, I can get apps. These are apps. That's what the question is about. It's about apps. Videos, events, notes, likes, uninstall. So right now, if you want to move these around, you literally would open it up, and there's my Pinterest app. But here's how you add those. For example, you go and do a Google search for Facebook apps, and it'll literally take you to a page. And I think I lost it in my adventures here. Let me see if I can go find it again. And again, if you're trying to find stuff, it's just really easy just to type in what you're looking for. App Center Facebook. And here they show you all this stuff. Okay, now that I see all these games, I am going to tell you, do not download games, do not play games. It's a waste of your time. If you want to really get benefits from the time you spend online, spend your time learning stuff, not playing games. Yes, if you're a game designer, I would look at the games and find out how it all works. But I see people who spend hours playing these games online. When think about it, if they're reading a good book about, like a Warren Buffett book, or a book about positive mindset, or a book about marketing, they could be enhancing their brain instead of just kind of, moving it on. I mean, I'm sure you might be able to find something, but the game, don't play with the games. But this is literally search for apps. So I'm going to search for an app. So in this case, I'm searching for Pinterest, and it's going to show me the Pinterest app here. And if you notice over here, it says visit app website, visit app page, and I can find my Pinterest app right here. And it says visit website, send to mobile. So you can just go to the app center and it says pick which pins you see. Okay, so then try it out. And again, this is, we're getting off target here, but what I'm trying to say is go to the add page tab, and then it says which one do you want me to add it to. Okay, and these are business pages. Okay, add page tab. So this was one of my samples. Add page tab, and it will literally add the Pinterest to my new page. And here, I think I'm under that, and it says show all pin boards, show pins from selected pin board. So I literally can put all of my Pinterest right on Facebook with this. So this now has my pins that I have on my Pinterest page. And I have a real diverse Pinterest page because of my interest. This is my personal one. So I have everything from beauty to jewelry to products, to social media stuff to books. I did an experiment. I was trying to find out on this one here. I was trying to find out that even if I didn't have experience in a certain field, if I could get famous people to talk to me. And this was during the 1940s census release. And I literally got Megan Schmoliak and Steve Morse to do interviews with me about that. And Megan is the one about that TV show that's on about the roots, that Who Do You Think You Are? She's the person behind that book. And I got to interview them. So what did that prove? Proves that if you have a media, you can interview pretty much whomever you want, is what I learned. But anyway, that's a whole different story. And those of you who have had my course and talked to me in person, obviously you know that I'm very visual, and you can see me all of a sudden. I start looking up in the air and I go blah blah blah. And so I start to ideas just start flowing to me, and I cannot speak fast enough to get what I'm seeing out. But I come up with some pretty cool concepts and ideas, and I have a lot of fun doing that. So I digress. Like I said, it just happened that I saw this, so I apologize. But the question again was invite people to a group board. How do I do this? So we're going to segue from Facebook to Pinterest. And I actually have a group board, and I saw this somewhere, and I think I said, well, I'll make a group board, and this thing gets posts. I mean, it probably has thousands and thousands of posts on it, and I don't even pay attention to it because again, it was an experiment. I'll show you. I do a lot of experiments just to see, well, if I do this, what will happen? And I grew a Facebook page, literally. Called "You Know You're from Philomath, Oregon." It's Oregon if up to about 1,300 people, and I don't even have to do anything to it because the people are interacting. And I do not monetize that site, but it could be easily monetized. But I choose, it's my gift to my hometown, so it's just a fun place to hang out for memories. But the question was, about Pinterest group boards. And just a little refresher on Pinterest. Pinterest is your fastest growing social media site, heavily used by women 35 to 65. And if you want to create a group board, here are the directions. Literally, what I did is I just went to the instant answers, Pinterest basics, and I typed into the search, how do I make a group board on Pinterest? So, here's the answer. They basically, you go to the board, which if you've made your Pinterest, you recognize this. You go to the board and click edit. Edit is a big word in this. Edit and save. Save as you go that's my motto. Okay, save as you go. Um, Click edit, enter the first and last name or email address of the invitee under who can pin. Click his or her name once it loads, repeat and add save changes. Okay, that's how to make a group board um, with people that you want to be able to pin, but you can actually create a board that people can come to and keep pinning to. I think Jennifer wants to be able to have people be able to pin their sunset photos. So you'll literally make a board, save it, and then you'll want to name it. So that'd be whatever sunsets. Put a description on it. Um, and it says that, of course, you can remove pinners from the board or delete any pin from the board. And then here for you iPhone, Android, or tablet users, here they say, here you are. You can invite them from your phone. So you're going to need the Pinterest app. Okay, so there's the answer to that. So if you really need detailed information, you'll want to go to the group boards and take a look, and it tells you here how to delete people, how to invite people, and there's I believe when you create it, you just make it open, an open board, and let's see how to create an open group board. And again, I have no idea if anything's going to come up on this, but this is just, I start to try to figure it out. So invite people, we already looked at that. So what I would do is I'd go actually create it and then see, and I'll look at the board that I made, which is an open board, literally, that anyone can post to, and you can select anybody can post. So that's what I would do on that. Let's see if this is different. But again, if you're always looking, if you need answers, I think I put this guide into your Pinterest, into the classroom. But here's your basic information. And again, you can go into deeper levels of this, secret boards and group boards. So you can even make secret boards. So that's something that it might be fun to have a secret board. I don't know why you'd want a secret board, but hey, whatever. But here's your instant answers, and you have Pinterest basics, using notifications. Definitely, I need to learn how to do this because I get notified of everybody who posts in my class. So I actually need to edit my notifications because it goes into some email I have that I don't use often. But that also is something that I told all of you. And that is one good reason to create a Gmail account is to so that you don't get a bunch of garbage into your account while you're learning this. It's very interesting. Now, also, it is exactly 3 o'clock. I actually said 2 to 3 or up to 4. I will try to answer any questions for you until at least 4 o'clock if people want to, or I'm here for you, or we can close it down now. But I did block off 2 hours of my time today to help everyone. So I'm going to go ahead, and if you have questions, go ahead and type them into the chat box right now. And I tried to answer all the questions that I got, in the mail. And then of course I try to expand a little bit on the Facebook, because obviously some people are very concerned about that. But this notifications, turn them off unless you really want to know. But I definitely think that you would want to turn off the notifications. So every single platform that we have has a notification. So go in and turn them off. Every single platform has a question and answers help center. Use it, and if you run into some really cool golden nugget, definitely share it in our Facebook group, because it is not the Tammy show. It is the FGCU social media certificate show. We want to grow the group and make that a place where you want to go check it out, because hey, what am I going to learn today? Either, for example, I think it was Jennifer who brought up the Google Help today. And what that is Google actually has live help. This is not the Hangouts, but this is the help outs. Okay. And they just started this help outs by Google. And earlier today, it actually came up. This is help outs. And literally, they have it so that you can be a live helper. And look, it's kind of like, well, I won't use that as an example, but you literally pay by the minute. Okay, like the 900 calls, I guess. But here it is, $9.32 for 15 minutes, $1.40 a minute. How to get a career in chocolate and pastry, Caribbean cookbook, Top Chef. This is education careers, how to speak confidentially. This guy coaches you for 15 minutes for $30. How to speak Arabic, great books. Smoky eyes. I laugh at smoky eyes just because smoky eyes don't work for everybody. Okay. And they showed on that TV commercial and it makes me laugh. Here's professional makeup. Here's 10-minute beauty advice, free. Fitness and nutrition. You can talk to somebody about Weight Watchers, free. Personal training, 15. This is $1 a minute. You could actually make money doing this. Here's health. This is like, thank God that it's free, but nutrition, $1. I actually, last night, I had a nice group that we were doing Facebook for Business, and I had a lady in my class who's written a book about the cure for multiple sclerosis, and she's a registered dietitian. And very interesting. But that's one thing. Every single person in this group has some unique skill set that you could offer people advice on. But again, here, this guy, lawn care consultation free. Well, think about it. He's giving people good advice. Here's home repair, uh, residential repair. I guess this guy literally could walk you through for $1 a minute. Think about that. Very interesting. Art and music. Learn how to play the guitar, $75 an hour, in an online fashion. So this is pretty interesting, these help outs. And this just started the other day. So if you want to learn, you just play the video and there it goes. You can learn all about it. So that's brand new. And then another thing that you definitely want to learn about is Google Hangouts. Okay, let's see here. Looks like I'm got a question here. Amy, just a second here. I want to make sure. I think Amber had to go. Okay, so I think Amber's gone. Amy Blanco. I am having trouble getting our followers to interact with me. I try to create a call to action, ask questions, but I rarely get any response or interaction. I even tried posting at different times in which Facebook is most busy and still not much action. Any ideas on what I may be doing wrong? Let me see, Amy, if I can see you. Amy, do you have, I'm going to try to open up your mic. So let me see if that works. Like I said, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Amy, can you hear me? Or can I hear you? I'm not hearing Amy. Okay. So, Amy, tell me what your Facebook is, and we'll go visit it if you're still here. Amy, can you do that for me? Amy. Well, while we wait for Amy, I'm going to go on and talk to somebody else, but I need to know what it is. I haven't really met everybody yet, so I'm not 100% sure. Um, so don't feel bad if I don't really know. Oh, it looks like Amy might be calling in, so I'll see. Peggy, let's see. How do you set up a Facebook account for a business without using your personal email account? Okay, the way that Facebook typically works is if you go in to create a business, it's going to ask you for um, an account. So let's go see if I can show you. Let's see, I'm going to log out. Okay, so here it says create a page for a celebrity. It's going to ask you for an email and password. So again, business. Um, again, I'll just have to make it a fake. I don't know if it's going to even let me since it's fake. Okay, it wants real information. 4, 2, 2, 3. Okay, so now they're asking for a login. So it's saying login or sign up. So you would have to sign up, and if it's for your company, you would want to create a name and an email and make a what I would do is I would make a Gmail for my company, and set up a new account for that. But they always want a real person to be connected to a page. So even if it isn't necessarily going to be connected to your personal Gmail account, but because you're going to have some other people as an admin, so I would make your company its own personal Gmail account and set it up like that, and then create the page. Let me see if Amy's on the call. Or
Can you hear me okay?
hey, I can hear you.
Hello? Hi,
Great.
sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. I just saw Amy. What is your company?
It's Advanta IRA.
Okay, so and you have your Facebook page, right? Let
Yes,
me
ma'am.
let me log in here so that I can go take a look at it. You have okay, so it's an IRA. You've got an interesting dilemma just for the fact that you're talking about. Um, let me get in here and I'll see what happens here. So
Okay.
then before I start just blabbing. So Advanta.
ADVANTA IRA.
Okay, spell it again.
Oh, there it is. I
Oh,
see it. It's the Advanta, the IRA leader. IRA. You have to probably put IRA after it because I seen it when you were typing IRA.
aha.
There you
Okay.
go. Yep.
So you have 181 people. Okay, so right now, probably part of the reason you're not getting much interaction is because you only have 181 likes. Um, the the more people that like your page, the more interaction you'll get. Let's see. Thankful for this. Okay, what is this big A? Is that
Well, That's just the picture that populated. They didn't give me another option to change it out, but basically it's for our website, Advanta IRA.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
whenever I do a link to go back to the website, it
have
gives
you
me that again.
ever gotten any interaction?
I have, like I said,
Okay,
I can only
retirement
count on one hand.
like so your lunch and learn. What Jim Carroll likes it. Let's see. Some,
I guess I'm going off of what I see for other businesses and companies. I
right.
see, obviously I understand I only have 181 likes, but I see several
What I
posts,
think
comments.
this is okay. You're in Fort Myers, and let's see. What are you doing? Freedom control of finances. Okay. So, and how often do you post now?
Try to post every day.
Once a day?
I try to do, sorry?
Once a day?
I try to post once a day, yes.
Okay.
Multiple times, throughout the weeks. I try to post once a day, though.
Okay. What I would say if I were to just, I mean, number one, you're going to need to grow your Facebook page. Uh, it looks like you've got some good contact. What I would do, I would make sure that every post has an image, an image of something. Like this one is about Thanksgiving, so maybe you can have a funny turkey, a
How
serious
do I how
turkey.
do I change that though if I'm doing a link back to my website? It doesn't give me an option for some reason to change the photo. It just automatically populates that when I put the link
You're
in.
using Bitly, which is a short link. Are you setting this up directly in Facebook or using an automated system?
It's either sometimes I do it through Focus and sometimes I do it just going right to the Facebook page.
Okay, well, what I would do if, and again, I'll just use this as an example. If I were doing this um, from Facebook, or if you're using Hootsuite or some automation, like for example, here, photo, I would get a photo. And again, I'm not going to actually do this, but I would get a photo of an image so that you have an image. And then I would make some statement here. Okay. And so here it says, it's almost Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for this year? Which is a good question. And then you might say, um, you could make it into a poll, but you're missing the photo. A photo is going to get more interaction. A video would get more interaction. And these videos don't even have to be your videos. Maybe it could be a video of a pretty, a pretty fall scene with music in the background that somebody's posted that you could share. Um, it could be an image, like I said, if you're talking about Thanksgiving, it could be something like that. Or you can also post something to support a local turkey drive or something in your community. It doesn't necessarily have to be about IRAs or about you. It can be posts about what's going on in your community that would be of interest to people. I mean, this is I mean, your content is, I think, pretty interesting. But if you look here, you have, I think you just need more. Um, I think you need to post more often, grow your page so it has more people, and provide the lunch and these lunch and learn things. Um, if you promoted those around in a group or to people on this, that would probably help. And also make sure that people know that you have a Facebook page. So are you telling people in your printed materials or in your other things that you give to people that you invite them to your Facebook?
Yes, and we've also done marketing emails, to all of our database of clients and relationships that we have for them to come like. We've done social media contests where, if you like, every like you get, it goes in as a vote, and then we did a drawing at the end, gave a Visa gift card, et cetera. So we've tried to do as much as we can to get people to come like us. Obviously, I'm still continuing daily.
Well,
But
yeah,
just trying to
and
see what works.
again, you're in a field with a probably, what is your average age of your person?
We have usually males between 50 to 60.
Okay, so it's possible that some of those people just are not finding you, but if you did a like campaign, specifically targeting those people, if they're on Facebook, they would find you. But I think what you're going to find is as you build out your social media platform, and maybe, do you have any videos at all?
We have a YouTube page, and I've posted several videos to the actual Facebook page as well. I just don't know why they're not going under the video
Okay, so
section.
what you might want to do is populate your page. Um, get a little more color on it, get a little more action. I think if you have videos, um, go ahead and post them, in your newsfeed, and then connect. You have
Yeah.
to do a little research, I think, and figure out, well, how do I connect them to this so that your icons here are looking good, because it looks like you've got some events going. You've got different things going on that should attract people. But yeah, interaction. Here's here. This will help you add a category so people can find you here, which I guess
Okay.
finances or whatever it is. Um, so that's what I would do, is add more videos, add more images, and I think you're doing a pretty good job with your calls to actions. You might also add some polls. I'm not seeing that option, but it should be there, where you can do the questions and polls. You might have to go find that in your apps and add it to your tabs, where you can add polls and questions to it,
Okay.
and ask people, what are they interested in? Like it says here, like you've got a new office somewhere in New England. Um, you know, I see, you've got some connections here to the Investors Association. You might also, to get more likes, go visit these sites and say, hey, come take a look at, come like our page.
Okay.
Because and and ask more people to do some reviews for you. But there's a lot of different things. And also, Facebook I think that where you really want to focus your attention is in LinkedIn. Okay, because professionals, men in the 50s and 60s who are into self-directed retirement plans are going to be higher level, and they're probably hanging out on LinkedIn.
Yeah. We have a LinkedIn as well.
Okay. But I
I'm just
think
trying to
if
build it
I
up
were
a
to
little bit.
say, of all the media platforms for you, for this company, if I were to give you advice, I would say, okay, yes, have a Facebook, have your LinkedIn, have your YouTube, but put more effort into the relationships that you can form on LinkedIn.
Okay.
That's just what I would say. Let's
Okay.
see. Thank you. I'm going to mute you now.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Amy. Okay. Thanks. That was great. That was kind of fun to do. Let's see. Um, and Peggy, I think I answered Peggy's question to the best of my ability. Also, if I can't answer your question in a satisfactory manner, let me know, and I'll go dig a little deeper into it so that I can say, well, 100% this is what you do. Some of this stuff is, I'm obviously going from my personal experience in knowing what people are, who hangs out where. But if you need more specific answers, let me know, and I'll definitely do that. I'm having, this is Judy. I'm having difficulty grasping the orientation of Facebook. For example, in a car, there is a gas gauge that displays the fuel volume, the oil pressure gauge, and when I look at Facebook, I am lost as to what I'm seeing and where to look for specific information. As a visual person, it would be so helpful to have a map that helps with being familiar. Makes sense. Yes. All I can tell you, Judy, is I'm going to take you to, let's see, Facebook timeline info. I'll see if that works. Recently, Facebook changed from well, it's what you see today, but right here, introducing timeline Facebook. For you, go here, watch the video first, and this is for everybody. Then go and it'll explain about your cover. And I actually have a slide presentation I'll put into the portal about this exact thing. Read this and look at it, and it'll explain what it is, and it'll take you through. And this is your personal profile timeline, and you can apply the information to your business page. Go through and look at this, and that should help you understand it. So again, watch the video, and then as you can see, it has information about the cover, the stories, the apps, okay, and then it says get timeline, and of course I already have timeline, so you go there. But I think that will help you to get orientated. Again, if you're operating on a phone or on an iPad or tablet, your experience might look different. So you're going to have to make adjustments for that. So I hope that answers your question, Judy. Karen, I'm having trouble posting photos to the FGCU Facebook page on which I have admin access from my phone. Instead of posting to the FGCU page, I will post to my Karen Feldman page through which the FCG page is linked. So in other words, what you're telling me is that when you're on your phone, it's not actually letting you post to the page you want it to post. That is, you're trying to post photos from your phone to your FGCU page. Okay, so let's see how to post photos from, and I don't know if it's an iPhone or so I'll just say mobile phone, to page I manage. Let's see what we get. Pages Manager, Mobile Basic. Okay, so if we look at this, this is telling me that there's a Pages Manager app. So what you need to do is go get a Pages Manager app, and it says it lets admins check their page activity, view insights, and respond to their audience from their mobile device. I think you would need to read a little bit more, and if it hopefully lets you also upload photos. So depending on if you're on an iPhone, go to iTunes. If you're on an Android type device, go to Google Play. See if that helps. And if you would, Karen, report back and let us know if this is the correct thing that you need. Or let's go back and see, but that looks like what we need. Pages Manager. Here again, how do I upload mobile photos from my phone? So let's see what we get on this one. And it says how to individual photo albums. Okay, this lets you upload into timelines or groups. I would go through this and put in specifically upload photos to pages I admin. Okay, so videos to a group. And of course, that is different. Profile on a page, cover to my group, cover pages. I'd go through and see if that pages manager helps you, because it would seem like that would be what that would do. So I hope that answers that question and helps you a little bit on that. Amy Blanco, I'm not sure the question. Oh, keep going. Okay. Anita Gilmore is, okay, she was offering help, and we already passed that. How can I get more likes without having to boost my page to Facebook? That's Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Basically, just like what I said, you have to you have to go out and tell people about your page by posting it in your groups or on other people's pages, or send people emails about, hey, like my page, or and then also provide high quality content that people want to interact with. Let me see. I'll show. Okay, here's a page. And if you see, these are the insights notifications. And here, if you see here, this page, out of all of these, you can see there's certain ones that got lots of interaction. Okay, the one that really got a lot of interaction was this one, happiest place on earth. Okay, and this got shared once, and 237 people saw this post, and that's organically. So I remember this, the day this happened, because I was the one share. And then when it got to my page, it got a lot of interaction because people were like, oh, Walt Disney, Mickey, and her page now, this is an interesting case, because when she started about a month ago, it said that she had maybe 70 likes, and she's up to 200, and this is all organic. 27 are talking about this, which, that's not bad. It means somebody's at least talking about it. But basically, the interaction is images with calls to action. And this is, of course, targeting homeschoolers. But like, who am I? Even anyone can use these, Oh, this one is write a caption for the photo. Happiest place on earth. Tremendous Thursday. This is just, I just need my glasses to read, cute pictures. And you can get these images and make your own things from different sites. These were literally, the photos were bought off of a site, and then they were made into posters, here, and then it's branded to her company. But cute little things like that, like this one of J.K. Rowling's. If you see here, 121 people saw the post, 100% organic. So as you can see, images get a lot, and she's varying degrees. Notice that obviously, if you share it, at least one person shares it who has a list, her reach goes up. And of course, this is that boost that nobody wants to pay for. Do not pay this. This is too expensive for reaching that here, because all what you're paying for here is costs per 1,000. You're not paying per click, and you really want to be paying per click at pennies a click, not dollars a click. So all of these were handmade. I actually made a lot of these, and my daughter made a lot of these posters. But images get a lot more interaction, and you're right, calls to action. And then of course here she's connected with the the YouTube channel. You can connect your YouTube directly to your Facebook, your Twitter, your Pinterest, and of course your photos, notes, and other things. So again, a lot of this is you learn by doing and practicing and playing. Lauren has a question. Why is it important to have lots of people like your Facebook page? Does it raise you in some sort of search engine? The reason you want people to like your page is because it goes into your news will then go into their news feed, and that means that their friends will have access to seeing you, so you could grow your social media footprint or your reach. And Facebook does show up very well in the search engines for your pages. So it's just another piece of waterfront property, digital waterfront property. If you liken your online presence to everything that you do to grow your presence, more people who may become your clients or customers will have the opportunity to see you. You want to grow your online footprint so that when no matter where somebody is online, it's like, haven't I seen you somewhere? You're everywhere. You know, you're on Pinterest, you're on LinkedIn, you're on Foursquare, you're on this, that, and the other thing. And people are talking about you. For example, this talking about you, it says 198 likes. It's really not about the likes as much as it is about who these people are talking about you, meaning that they're showing you, like it says, okay, last week, for example, there was, this is last week, so this person has actually gone down. Last week, there was more activity, but they still have 14% up. Here, their reach went down. So as you can see, this is your insights, and we'll be talking about insights soon. Here, this is telling you about your reach here and your engagement. The happiest place on earth got some good engagement. So you can actually measure over time, and this is actually in a day. So obviously, at the lowest point is at 5 a.m. and then it starts going up here, peaking at 93 at 4 p.m., going down, so for this particular page, it looks like 93 between her best time for people interacting is 3 to 4. So you'll be able to learn that here. And as you can see, actually that happiest place on earth was very popular. I think that's Dr. Seuss was popular. And again, she's got a very targeted audience. So that's why it's important. Lauren, I have liked pages in the past and nothing comes of it. I get no feedback. Should I expect that? Lauren, are you able to talk? I'm not 100% sure what that actually means, but I don't even see you here, Lauren. Oh, there you are. I'll see if I can unmute you, Lauren. Let's see. Sometimes it's a little slow to unmute. It's not letting me unmute you. That is, engagement is actually important. People do get frustrated if they go like your page or like something you post and you don't talk back to them. Then they go, well, nobody's there. There's no real human. Remember, we're still human beings talking to human beings. So you do have to monitor your social media, and you do need to acknowledge people. Like, for example, if we use our group, the Florida Gulf Coast Social Media Certificate Group, as an example of interaction. See how we've got conversations going here. David and I, of course, didn't even know what they were. I thought they were talking about I actually thought that when he talked about soft pretzels, I go, what do you mean you're not getting what you need? I had a whole different perception of what a soft pretzel was. I had no clue. Um, and then somebody says, oh, no soft pretzels, no decent bagels. And then they have this whole conversation about soft pretzels. Well, that think about that. Karen and David formed a relationship, a friendship, virtual friendship, started with a comment about soft pretzels related to somebody talking about the city of brotherly love here. And it started out because of an introduction. I'm originally from Philadelphia. Okay, so then they ended up having this conversation, and so I bet you that if Karen and David met now in real life, they would feel a connection because they had a conversation. Here, Doris, who is a beginner, she was in my beginner class yesterday. She said, I really want to learn more about how to move around Facebook. Here, Catherine is asking a question, I believe, to Christina, who's helping admin. And then here, I did a little poll, and I'm asking everybody, what do you want to learn? So look at this. People are telling me they want to learn more about LinkedIn. So how am I going to use that? I'm going to make sure that I do something more robust related to LinkedIn. 5 want this, and then I'm saying, please add your own here. More, people want to know about YouTube's, and Karen says, I want to learn more about Instagram. I say to her, we will add. She says, thanks. So that is interaction. Here, Michelle's saying, hey man, I got an error. And I'm going, hey, I'll go look it for it and I'll find out why it doesn't work. Okay. Here is a conversation with Chris, and Chris said, I'm trying to do this. Okay. And then he says, hey, I figured it out. Okay. And then Aaron chimes in and says, hey, guess what? Use this. So this is an example of a good model for interaction, and you could be doing this on your page. The main thing is put stuff up that people can interact with you, and then you answer. There has to be a real person talking back to you, or you'll go someplace else. I could have easily set this page up, put a couple videos in it, and then walked away. And if I did that, it would be, you would go, there's nothing new, there's nothing exciting, there's no reason to go there. It's boring. I'm not going to waste my time. But I personally believe, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that if you look through this, you'll go, hey, there's some good stuff. There's some good interaction going here. Hey, I learned something. Oh, look, I can go learn about Vimeo right here. I don't have to leave Facebook. Hey, I learned about share bookmarklet here, thanks to Aaron. So, and then I think there's even some places here. This is Amber. Amber's saying, hey, I look forward to real life examples and success stories. And then I think there's even a comment somewhere. I saw another comment about, hey, share your success stories and I'll put you in our newsletter. So there's some cool stuff. Okay, here's some stuff here. And of course, this is our conversation that helped me to go, hey, I think I'll show them the help outs today. So this is an example of good interaction. And I can understand your frustration. If nobody ever talks to you, then what's the point? Karen says it's an iPhone. Okay, so back to the question related to posting the page manager. Karen, go check out the page manager app or an app like it, and I think you'll solve your problem. Let's see, what do we got? Anita says you need to download a separate iPhone app to post your pages, okay? Which is the answer that we had. Don says, thank you. I have to go. Bye, Don. Karen is trying that. Michelle, were you going to mention, were you going to get to Vimeo on this webinar? Okay, well, I can, just a second. And actually, Michelle, that's the last question in the queue right now. So let's go take a look at that since I just scrolled over that. I'll go find it. Oh, by the way, we've got about 15 minutes left before 4 o'clock. Let me go to Vimeo, and then I want to go into the portal, the classroom portal. So here is the Vimeo. And again, the point that I really want to get across, again, every single platform has a help site, an FAQ site, and how to use it. So again, some of you are going to say, you know, I'm really not interested. I'm just doing this because she told me to make this platform. That's perfectly fine. But you also, if you really want to know why you want to use some of these things like Vimeo, they have a free part and they have a paid part. A lot of people use Vimeo, the paid Vimeo, because it has some features that make it easy to share your videos, and it's not YouTube. So again, I'm not promoting any one platform over the other. With that said, YouTube, of course, you definitely want to use YouTube to benefit from the traffic to grow your online footprint. So here's Vimeo, and again, here's your help. So this is, again, it talks about your guidelines, your video compression, copyright fair use. Here's your Vimeo school if you have problems uploading, playback issues, how to use it for mobile and TV, and the Vimeo API. And then they have here uploading basics, password, email, groups. They even have groups on Vimeo. Okay. They have forums on video. So you can learn about everything. Here's the video school at Vimeo, where they literally, video 101, here's your basics. So you can find information very easily. And here's your join Vimeo for free. And again, if you notice, many of these sites you can just join with Facebook. That's another reason why you make a separate Gmail account for your Facebook, then you join with Facebook. So for example, I can click right there and it says link these accounts. And obviously I can tell that I must have signed this up a while ago, which I think is always funny because this particular photograph of me shows me with an old-fashioned phone, which when this photo was taken, I really used a cell phone, but it happened that there was a phone on the desk and it was like, hey, pick up the phone. So I did. So I'm going to say link these accounts. So I'm connecting, and all I'm doing is using my Facebook to link to this Vimeo account. And now it did that, and it's saying, we're so happy you're here. Do you want to get plus, meaning, do you want to pay for this or do you want to go pro? And then they tell you all this stuff. And then I'm saying, no, I just want my basic account. And then it tells you, it says, here you go, upload a video. So my feed, my videos, watch later, discover activity. So in this case, if I wanted to upload a video, it tells you, here's your rules. Only upload videos you created yourself or for whoever you're doing this for. Don't put certain types of content. Commercial and business videos can only be uploaded with Vimeo Pro. So you have to keep that in mind, because if you're trying to use this for professional purposes like a business, they want you to pay at $59 a year. You can upload via Dropbox, a mobile app, desktop. If some of you are not familiar with Dropbox, let me know and I'll send you a link to that. And that's an off computer storage site that you might be interested in using, and I'll send you a link. Are there any other questions here that you need answered, or anything that I promised that I would tell you today that I forgot to tell you? But here's Vimeo. And again, there are many other video sharing sites that you can sign up for. And if you're interested in that, I can show you a few more at another time. But right now, I want to make sure that we've covered everything that you have questions about, so that you feel like you've got good information today. Oh, I know what it was. I want to take you to the actual site. That's what I wanted to do. So let me do that. I probably went to back. I probably went to the wrong place. Yeah, I went to the login. I don't want to go to the login. I just want to go to the site. So just a second here. Oops, for some reason. I have a tendency to get my G and my C mixed up. Let's see here. Welcome. That should take us there. So here's our site, and this is our virtual classroom. And by the way, I did update. Here was our webinar today, and I did update the actual dates. Next week and the following webinars will be on Wednesdays from 2 to 4, not Thursday. It just happened that I had to do something else, and I couldn't be here on Wednesday. But our actual webinar days are Wednesdays from 2 to 4. And I will always send you a GoToMeeting reminder. And yes, I'm recording. No classes, meaning no formal webinar or classes on Thanksgiving week. Just plan, you'll be working on other things during that week. So again, I'm not going to, say, hey, yeah, show up on Wednesday when you're trying to travel or cook dinner or whatever. And of course, you can contact us through the website. But what I want to make sure that you understand is, if you run into any issues where something doesn't work, report it to me, either through this, through the information, or at the Facebook. And to tell you the truth, I'll probably see it faster if you report it on Facebook than if you report it otherwise. But here is the content for module 1. Okay, I have not released any module for anything else yet. But again, you should be able to go to these. And I think it was in Google Plus where some of these links were no longer working. And I don't know why, okay, because I tested all these. But if they don't work, let me know, and I'll see if I can make them hot. Or worst case scenario is you go to your help center here, and it'll literally walk you through all of this. And so in the videos that I make, I try to show you what it is. And just the latest information that we have now on Google Plus is that you can get your URL, like it would say Google Plus and your name. So you'll want to go get that. And that just happened. So Google, And I'll just show you right here while I'm thinking about it. And again, I use my search engine a lot. So let's see here. Google Plus Business, and let's just say Google Plus Custom URL. And it says, here's how to get it, get your custom. And there's different people who tell you how to get it. But you literally go to your page, and then it'll actually come up on your page asking you if you want your custom. And you want to act fast on this, especially if you have a name that is common, because you want to get your name without a number attached to it. Aaron says, I missed the first half hour. Where? Okay. This, let me just stop with the Google URL again. Get it. The question is, somebody missed part of our program today. The replay will be posted in the classroom portal, and I'll actually make a place where it'll say replays or webinars, something like that, so that everything will be in one place. And then I'll also post the link inside the Facebook page so that you'll have access to it. So look for it, and it'll probably be posted later today or tomorrow morning. It depends on the process. It's a 2-hour program, and it has to process. So that's where to look for it. So Aaron, don't worry. And anyone, if you miss a webinar, I do record them, so it should be okay. Does anybody have any final questions, comments before we wrap it up? We're coming up on 4 o'clock, and I know you guys are busy. So we'll wrap it up with that. And if you have any final comments, questions, feel free to ask. Again, get your platforms done. Spend time going through and doing your notifications, your profiles. Make these robust and rich. And because there's a lot of interest in LinkedIn, I'll try to give you more information on that, on how to make those LinkedIn profiles work for you. They're very powerful because it's your LinkedIn profile. People look at it and they form opinions about you based on LinkedIn, probably more so your professional. Make sure your LinkedIn is where you show off your professional skills and your professional self. Facebook, people, it's a little more personal, and LinkedIn is a lot more on the professional side of what people, it's a little more formal. I'm not seeing any questions coming through. I really appreciate the fact that everybody came today. And those of you who are still here, thank you for hanging out. I hope I answered all your questions. The replay, again, will be available in the course portal and at Facebook. You're welcome to ask me any questions. I really try to help. And Stacy says, thank you. This was interesting. Well, thank you, Stacy. Sheila says she really enjoyed it. Well, thank you a lot. I really appreciate that. Diane is saying thank you. And I really thank all of you. And I'm really appreciative of the fact that you're taking this seriously and that you're applying the knowledge, that you're actually applying it, creating this, and seeing, again, over time, you will see the value of this more and more as you learn why this is so important. Thanks, Karen. Karen says, I got a lot out of this, and I'll try the page manager. Yay! and let everybody knows how it works great. And I'm asking that of everyone. Please, anything you run across, any news, any apps, anything that could be helpful to us in our social media, internet marketing journey, share it with us in the Facebook group. And again, that group is going to be there and it will continue to grow as more and more people take the course. And we'll be doing some pretty cool things in the future, not only in this course, but with other courses in the future. So I really do pay attention to the conversation and the feedback that I get. So it is 3:56. I'll go ahead and say thank you. And thanks again, everybody. I look forward to this. And this is our very first webinar for Florida Gulf Coast University's social media for business certificate. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. And I'll see you in the social media portal. Thank you. Bye-bye.